as we continue to establish all the angles to the planned nationwide protests, I'm now being joined by Auwal Musa Rafsanjani, who is Executive Director, Civil Society Legislative Advocacy Center. Good to have you, Auwal Rafsanjani. Well, Rafsanjani, we are told that over 90 civil society groups have withdrawn from this planned protest on August 1. Is your group one of the groups that have withdrawn? And then the groups that have withdrawn, do you think that this is an indication of the efforts by the federal government of Nigeria, the state governments, the APC governors, the traditional rulers to say, look, this is not the time for protest?
Thank you, Ruben. Well, I think what federal government should do, rather than embarking on this unnecessary waste of public taxpayers' money to be mobilizing and recruiting, faceless groups to say that they are withdrawing from the protest, or recruiting some religious or traditional leaders who, on their very words, they see the intensity of violence in our country, the intensity of corruption, looting like it has become a passion. They've seen the poor economic management system in the country, and they are not all talking about. They see the judicial corruption going on. As a matter of fact, many Nigerians, they don't even want to go to court. They don't want to go to police station, because as long as you do not have money or you are not connected to power, you may not be able to get justice, because many Nigerians are losing confidence also in our institutions. So it's not about coming to mobilize all these people to demobilize the protest. In my opinion, if government has been doing, if government has been listening and also coming up with policies and programs that will alleviate the suffering Nigerians are going through, I don't think people will want to come and do protests. Secondly, if Tinubu administration have come out with a clear framework to say, okay, we are going to, between now and this time around, we are going to deal with one issue, or we are going to deal with another issue, I think Nigerians are very patient and very reasonable. They will listen. But they have pushed people to the extent that people, when they are kidnapped, openly, kidnappers are collecting ransom. And if your family do not have money, then you are wasted. So look, for how long some people keep quiet, and then the official continue to recklessly run the affairs in the country? I think this is what, cultivated and motivated people to say they want to do this. I don't think it is about some organization coming to do this thing. I think it is Nigerians who are just tired of the system that appears not to be working. And I think government should have the opportunity to listen to people and take more progressive and more proper policies and programs that will address the concern they raise, rather than wasting public taxpayers' money, mobilizing religious, traditional rulers and faceless fake NGO to say that they have withdrawn. Let them withdraw. They have the fundamental right to withdraw. As a matter of fact, it's not necessary you must be in the protest, because protest is simply about expressing your concern, your worry. So if you are not worried about the killings in Nigeria, if you are not worried about the hunger in Nigeria, if you are not worried about the corruption and monumental looting that is going on in Nigeria, if you are not worried about the injustice and the recklessness in the country and complete, hopelessness that is going on in the country, you can decide not to, tell government that things are not going very well. But any patriotic and responsible Nigerians, whether you have come out for the protest or whether you did not come out of the protest, you should be able to feel the pains that majority of Nigerians are going through. And some people, because of abuse of power, they have even started arresting local, non-violent people who simply say they are interested in joining the protest. So for me, government should invest its own time and energy to restore hope and confidence on Nigerians by coming up with the programs that will address the concern that they have, not to really engage in unnecessary propaganda. Also, some security agencies threatening Nigerians who are not carrying any arms or who are not intending to do any violence, threatening them. Meanwhile, they cannot go and rescue people that have been abducted either in Zamfara or Katsina or wherever bandits and kidnappers have done that. We are still battling with Boko Haram in Borno, and then some security are making threats as if we are going to the army. What brought army into this matter? You have police, you have other security agencies that they should be able to be allowed to do their work. When they say they cannot do that, then the army can come. But for the army to now come and be threatening fire.
Rafsanjani, you are a civil society leader. Are you telling us affirmatively that the groups that you are associated with are going to be part of this protest, and that you are one of the leaders of the protest? Wait, hold on. And secondly, are you saying that President Tinubu is guilty of bad governance? The question with that will be, how? What do you think?
So, first and foremost, I am not an organizer of this protest, and my organization is not organizing any protest. But, we have the right to defend those who want to protest against bad governance, against bad system. So what we are saying, because it is a constitutional right of Nigerians to, express themselves, including you, Ruben, nobody should tell you that you should not do that. Nobody should come and lie to say that it is anti-Islam or anti-Christianity, because these two religions, they are preaching against injustice, they are preaching against corruption, they are preaching against killings of Nigerians. So why should somebody come and say people should not express worry about what is going on? Look, they have turned the protest into a different thing altogether. And, you do not need any organization to show that you are not happy with what is going on. I think it is a responsibility of every patriotic Nigerians to show that, the way things are going in this country is not going well. I don't think Tinubu himself is happy that under his own leadership, Nigeria is going down, in the way, we are going. I think even the president himself, he should really demonstrate. In fact, he should actually protest, because some of his associates or some of his ministers or some of his government officials are still doing what is not supposed to do. So he should actually express dismay and, in fact, sack those who are even undermining him. So for me, honestly speaking, it is not about groups. It is about the issues that people are raising that government need to address. So I don't think we should just deprive Nigerians from expressing their worries and concern. Everybody, in his own way, could do that as long as it is peaceful, as long as it is non-violence, as long as Nigerians are operating within the constitutional law and order in the country. They should not be stopped from expressing themselves. So my appeal to those who have been hired to do this is to say that, look, even the president has actually disgraced them by saying that he himself is, he was a product of protest. So therefore, for those who are citing religious connotation to say that it is illegal or it is haram, it is anti-Christianity, I think the president has already shamed them. And that is why they need to respect themselves. They need to stop, making statements and utterances that are capable of disrespecting them, because what they are doing is completely not promoting justice, but rather continuing to allow things to degenerate in this country by keeping quiet and by also stopping people to say what is going on, enough is enough.
Okay, Rafsanjani, you are saying President Tinubu should join the protest. He should protest against himself. Well, that's an interesting...
No, he should protest against the system that is also presiding, that some of his ministers or some of his officials are running the country down on his behalf.
Yeah. It's the same thing we're saying, that President Tinubu should join the protest. He should protest against himself. However, I would like to ask you, we don't even know who the leaders of the protests are. The DSS says, well, it knows some people defense headquarters says some unscrupulous elements. Don't you think that it's a major omission that the leaders of the protest have refused to come out? And what you are dealing with is just speculation. Why can't they come out and say, look, this is where we stand in this matter? How do we go into a protest on the basis of cowardice?
Well, I think we should be fair to each other. Look at even ordinary is expressing intention to do the protest. Some people are arresting and are threatening hellfire on Nigerians. So they've already scared many Nigerians from exercising their fundamental right by saying that they will brutalize them when they come out, whether they are doing peaceful, whether they are doing otherwise. I think, for me, honestly speaking, it's not about leader. It is about the issues that people are raising. Are you saying, Ruben, that you are not concerned about the kidnapping that is going on in this country? Are you saying that you are not concerned about monumental looting, and corruption that is going on that undermine development in this country? Are you saying that you are okay with the judicial corruption where no justice anywhere? Are you saying that the insecurity, the security sector that is becoming like too personalized, are you happy with that? Look, it's about governance. It's about improving governance, which you benefit, and even President Tinubu will benefit, and any other person that is Nigerian will benefit. If our country is okay, everybody will not have the right to come and be talking that, we are tired of this. It is because Nigerians have been exhausted, their patients have been exhausted, because some government officials are not interested in doing what they are supposed to do. For example, Tinubu appointed some people as ministers. They started looting. They started stealing. You see what EFCC is doing, arresting and catching so many people who have stolen money. So are you saying we should keep quiet? We are happy with that? Which leader are you looking for to raise those things, or to ask government that they should do the needful, they should sit up? Do you need any leader? The boys, the views of Nigerians, as far as I'm concerned, is what is called the leadership here. It's not about one group that is appointing itself to be the leader. It is the issues that Nigerians are talking about. People are tired of this insecurity. Nobody is sleeping. Maybe because some elites, which maybe with due respect, Ruben, you are part of the political elite in the country, that you can sleep very well. I can tell you, you cannot travel between Kaduna to Abuja without your heart beating. You are lucky in the south. Especially in Lagos, you don't have this trouble. I tell you, every day, people are facing this trouble. And yet, people are not. Do you know how many billions of dollars we have spent to equip the army and security in Nigeria? And yet, some bandits, some kidnappers are actually selling people. Are you not in this country? So we should not talk about that.
Rafsanjani.
Children that are being taken.
Rafsanjani, we're all in this country. I'm not part of the elite. I'm a struggling journalist. I tell my wife every day, even when she says we have to buy this, you say you are not struggling. I'm struggling. We are part of this struggle. But are you saying that the state is wrong to say that people should not impose violence on Nigeria? That's the big issue. The government of the day is saying we don't want anarchy, we don't want chaos. Are you saying people should do it because they are angry? No, Ruben. If you know me, you know me very well. We know each other for a very long time, and we have been part of this democracy project. We've never advocated violence. In fact, rather, we are always advocating for peaceful, whatever you want to do, you must do it, peacefully, responsibly, according to the law. So I cannot be associated with any group or any group of individual that is advocating to apply, destruction or any violence. The group I represent, we disassociate ourselves with anything that has to do with violence or destruction. But you have to remember that some people who are anti-people, who are beneficiary of the current status, they are always, using this connotation to deprive Nigerians from expressing themselves. But let me say that it's better that even government protect the protests and the protectors, so that there will not be room for any evil person
to hide under the protest, to go and do things that is, tantamount to violence or destruction. If the government can provide safety for the protesters, and anybody that is found doing things that is not in line with what constitutionally allow you to do, then we know that he or she, they are not really part of these people who want to peaceful, protest or positive change in their country. So the issue of use of violence or destruction is I've never had one single group or individual that is talking about this protest that they want to do that. If they would do that, the security will have picked them up. Where is the security? If there is any group that comes out to say we are going to be involved in violence or in any destruction or in any unorderly manner, I'm sure the security, the DSS, the police, the army, all of them, they would have gone after that person. But we have not seen till today one single person that has said that he was going to do that. So why are we capitalizing and emphasizing on that? Let the security provide, safety and guide the protesters and protest itself. Then let's see whether there's anything that is called violence. But I am afraid that some people who are anti-democracy, who are anti-right of people, they may go and hide under these protests. They may be hired to go and do things that is not okay. And that is why we are calling on those who intend to do this protest. They should be careful. They should not go to places where somebody can go and destroy or go and engage in any violence, so that there will be justification, and all the millions of money allegedly they spent to do this propaganda, either by giving the the religious leaders or political people or traditional people, or even the use of social media to discourage and demobilize people. It will not be justified if people assemble themselves responsibly, orderly, within the compound of non-violence expression. I am calling on the people who want to do this. They should not allow that to happen. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much, our Rafsanjani, for joining us on Thursday Live, the Sunday Talk Show.